right, now we cooking with Pam. No, we cooking. You went. You went to the wrong stream. This this Paul is trying to get into the wrong meeting, so there's that. He texts me and say I can't get in. That's because you're going to the wrong meeting, guy. You're going to the wrong meeting. All right, let's go. Yo, I did something crazy yesterday, Paul, with my playing around with Claude Code. I gotta say, like, it was just about 2 years ago, if not more. I think it was November. I want to say November 22. Maybe it was November 23. I'm trying to remember. I can look it up when ChatGPT came out, and was like, "Yo, this is cool." Just what it did, but like from where that stuff was then to where we are now is psycho. Like absolutely psycho. It's come so freaking far, and it doesn't seem like it's been that long though. Let's see, 22. I was right. November 22. I think I did my first prompt like the first week of December of 22. Look, Mooney in the building. What's up, Mooney? How you doing? You are correct, brother. It was 22. Like, it seemed, I don't know, maybe because it does so much. And actually, I do both, but I use ChatGPT like twice a day. I use Claude like 50, 1100 times a day. And I won't even say that's my favorite. It's just this where the party ends, you know? It's where the party started. And it's something about the projects, and I use Claude Code a lot now. Like I've been doing crazy things with Claude Code because I've always been into Mac automation, and a lot of the automation tools are they alright, but they still require a lot more work than I want to do nowadays. You know, back in the day, I would love to spend all day playing around with such things and figuring it out. And keyboard maestro, man, my messages got crazy huge. Mooney, you came in and broke my stuff. Damn it, what'd you do? Let me fix this. Anyway, it's yeah, it's kind of crazy. I've been doing things, and I would write little scripts here and there. I played a lot with Apple scripts. I played a lot with JavaScript when it came out. When we got the ability to do Python, I played a lot with Python scripts. But like again, once you start doing all this live stream stuff, you don't got time to sit down and stare at code. Code just takes too long, and I was kind of over it. But like I used to live in BB Edit and Sublime Text. Like those two guys were my friends. And long time ago, I picked up Markdown, so I can write in Markdown, but I still don't really type that good. So Markdown was very helpful for someone who doesn't type because when it comes to do things like creating long links or creating list and unordered list and numbered list or whatever, it was always a pain in the butt. Plus, it required so much up and down to the menus. So when you get Markdown, you never have to touch the menu. You can type an entirely formatted joint and never smell the menu, right? So, anyway, long story short, as I'm playing around with this stuff and I'm seeing what Claude Code is allowing me to do, I'm just like, bro, there are people who say they don't know how to use their Mac, but they want to do complicated things. Yo, you need to put Claude Code inside your computer. And you need to go in and play around with it and have fun with it and see like the kind of stuff that you can challenge yourself to speed up the things that you want to speed up. And yesterday's example that I did, it was just random. I normally I have a program on my computer called Hazel that goes by and it does a lot of my automatic sorting of my files, right? Let me show you Hazel because it's a good program. It does a lot of things. I think I got Duncan on Hazel probably about 2 years ago.
I
And
think
then,
longer than that.
is it longer than that? Here, let me make sure I add your sound. Otherwise, they're talking to nobody. Yeah, I forgot. It's been a minute, but I showed it to Duncan Hazel a minute ago, and then I realized something. When I reinstalled this machine right here, I put everything in, but I got so busy doing other things because we were moving, we were going to camp. I did it when I came back from camp, but we were doing a bunch of stuff, and I never put Hazel in the machine. And then under normal circumstances, on Sunday, I go into my machine and I move everything from the Ecamm recordings folder to the NAS. And because I'm doing daily videos, though, the Ecamm recording folder get full much quicker. It's not just the 2 a week, right? So I look in there and there's the flow recording, and then there's the creators and stuck recording. And then because of the way Zoom works right now, when I finish this meeting, there'll be a file for myself and Paul and Alicia and Gretchen and whoever else pops up in the Zoom. So that folder gets bigger faster, right? Because I don't want to turn off the Zoom ISOs in case Gretchen pulls out a gem or Alicia attacks me. I'm gonna need evidence, right? She's a little, why you laugh, Alicia? She's a little feisty, so I gotta have evidence just in case. She's from Detroit, they don't play around. So I that file, I'll look in there and it'll be like, damn, that sucker's 47 gigs. Well, no biggie. I got a 2 terabyte drive. But if you keep no biggie and 47 gigs, for like 2 months, you look down at your machine and it's like, oh, you got 347 gigs left. And I was like, oh, so let me go in here and clean this. But I also don't want to accidentally erase the wrong ones. And there is a thing in Ecamm where you can set yourself up to name your recordings ahead of time. When I
You
blasted
even
my,
do it after.
huh?
You can even do it after the recording is over. That's the way I have mine.
Correct. So I'd have mine set up that way as well. But here's what happens. When the stream is done, Paul is like, bitch, you got 20 minutes to get a coffee and a protein bar and bring your ass back to class. And I'm 59. I gotta pee, dog. So I press stop and I run. I'm like out of here, hobbling down the hallway trying to get to the bathroom before I weed myself. I think I'm gonna have to get one of those little, those things that go like that with the little from the hospital and just keep it on the floor. Y'all can't tell, right? If I'm over, you see the eyes flipping, then he's old dude is using the restroom. So yeah, I just have to, when I leave, sometimes I'm in a blitz, I gotta go. A lot of other times, even Rob say he know, right? See, Rob knows, and plus Rob been around X-rays a lot, so his is probably messed up because the X-ray they do something to your little, and so you end up thinking like to yourself, I'll just do it when I come back. But then when I come back, why are you laughing, Gretchen? Don't act like you ain't old too, lady. Listen, once the 70 gets in front of the renal areas, you got to weed too. Don't act. I got a mother-in-law. I know how it is. Look, if Jimmy disappeared, that's because Jimmy over 52. He got to pee. Hey, we over 50. We got to pee, dude. It's not. Everybody knows. It's nothing to hide. What we lying for?
Hey, I was trying to figure, should I go before I jumped in or not? Because, yep.
Look, Gretchen says she keep the bottle on the desk. Listen, people, let me bring some royalty in here. What is up, Jimmy? This is my guy.
Are so full of it this morning.
What's up,
Hey,
pimping? I'm over here hoing.
Oh, dude.
Everybody gone, so I got the office is a trip right now. I'm over here wrapping things. Everybody got hooked up this year.
Oh, listen, I tell you what, I be thinking I can rap, right? I'm a terrible rapper anyway, but I'm okay. Like mine got the fat end. I got the dude package at the end where the ends be kind of chunky. The middle is smooth because I'm very about put everything down, get it all wrapped up. Let's go. And then I go to Japan. And I'm like,
Yeah.
hey, I'm gonna get this gift for this, and this. Like, okay, do you need it wrapped? Oh, only got your mouse. And they're like, all right,
Mm-hmm.
thank you. I'm like, hold up. I've not even finished picking my gifts yet. Yo, family, the way these folks can wrap an entire gift in less than 10, 15 seconds, I'm not joking.
Perfect.
10, 15 seconds sounds facetious, but it ain't. It's like, here you go. And I'm just like, how in the, and I mean flawless, not a wrinkle, not a crinkle, not a crooked tape, everything straight, like everything straight. If you've never seen Japanese omiyage rapping in real life. And yeah, the TikTok videos, oh, you give you a feel? Nuh-uh. Wait till you standing there and you watch the lady go. Those are what the what?
Wakarimasu arigato. Okay, well, thank you too.
Oh, Rob's coming to visit. Thank you, fam. Let's go. I can't wait to see you. Mary Lou is popping out next week. Jimmy came. I think I was gone or getting ready to go or something like that.
You were heading out. I was just landing when that week I was there.
That was funny. So I got a question for you, Jimmy, while we talking about wrapping gifts, because this is a common fight with Ken folks. I'm going to use this as an example. Okay, so you place your box in the middle. Okay, now everybody can answer this question. You get your first fold over right here. Tape it to the package or no?
I tape it to the package because I'm lazy. You probably shouldn't.
Paul? Gretchen?
I don't.
I used to work retail years ago, and we had an exact way that we had to wrap everything. And if we didn't, this one just was like crazy. And so we couldn't use the tape to the package and stuff. It was all that kind of thing. So I don't necessarily need to, but I'm also known as the tape queen in the house. And I do it to torment. I used to do it to torment my sisters, and now I do it to torment the grandkids and everybody because they all know it's from me because it's got 18,000 pieces of tape on it that they got to get through before they get to it. It's just my own little
Scotch tape.
It's just my own. Yeah, it's my own little way of getting back from being the youngest of the whole family. I got to get back some way.
That is too funny. The tape that's sucking to death. I gotta fix these. So no, I was just always wondering because I do sometimes and I don't sometimes, and I'm always just like, it depends on how good the wrapping is going to come out.
Yeah.
Like if the wrapping is going to bite, then I will anchor it. But I always feel like anchoring it means that it's going to rip the inside plastic. Oh my God, I sound like Paul Duncan for a second. It's going to rip the inside plastic. If they rip the inside plastic, then they can't take it back. So when I'm trying to be hateful, I absolutely would tape it down. Because, like, don't return my shit. I had to go out of my way to pick this. Yo, I just came up with a new feature request, people. Don't get me in trouble. But we need the ability to either A, have preset sizes so you don't have to do math, or B, you can save your sort of preset sizes even better so you can just grab and go. Or
copy settings, fixed size.
Does copy settings fix size? Man, Paul, now we talking. Right click upon Jimmy, copy, right click upon Gretchen, paste.
Hey,
Nope.
Nope.
Dang, that would have been good,
That
Paul.
would be nice.
Also, that's the answer. We need copy settings, but we also need like a menu of sizes. Like, so once you go in and set yours, you can have like your little preset sizes. See, now it's not working. I swear I lined these suckers up.
That's because Jimmy's bigger than the rest of us.
You know what it is. Here, I know what to do.
It's my big head. That's what it is. Let me pull the hat down just a little bit. There we go.
I got to delete Gretchen and I got to delete Jimmy. And then I got to grab
I
Paul.
didn't mean get rid of him.
No, wait. See, now you messing me up.
Damn.
I got to grab Paul and Alicia.
How it is around here, boy.
And direct.
Paul, I'm going to be coming to see you, man. I'm going down to visit Mighty, and they're down in Palo Alto.
Oh, they're just a few blocks away.
There's way too many Pauls on the screen.
You see me rock. I'm a company man now. Shoot, I got the hat and everything.
We that's funny to say it that way. We might be moving part of the eCam community in the Mighty because we want something that allows people who are actually trying to get work did to be a little bit more able to get work did and commiserate and such versus like no cap to anybody and no problem. And Jill's been doing a good job of trying to get people to be more like community in the community, but for the most part in Facebook, it just becomes my stuff don't work, fix it. Yeah. Like there's a couple of folks that are coming and be like, hey, I did this and this is incredible and this is working. And so for sort of like, Marion, she's really good at that, a couple other people. But for the most part, people just come in and use it as a support mechanism, which is fine. But it's like in order for people to get better at what they do, like you actually got to do this stuff when you're not trying to do this stuff.
Yeah.
And everybody here knows I'm preaching to the choir. But so many people, they don't do that, right? They don't have the thought process of I should work on this when I'm not trying to work on it. It's like,
That's a deep statement right there.
can we say that again? I'm trying to get a promotion.
Yeah, don't just let that gloss over right there, boy. That's
Right? I'm trying to get a promotion, but Alicia means she's not giving me the promotion. And it's like, well, what did she do? Well, she's in charge of engineering department, and I'm a second level engineer, but I want to get right under her. Cool. When's the last time you came late for work? Oh, Tuesday. Why? Oh, my kids, they had this thing. Oh, all right. When's the last time you came to work late before then? Oh, last Thursday. Oh, so out of the last 7 days, you came in late twice. Yeah. But I get there, I do my job, like I handle whatever. Dope. When the last time you solved the problem for Alicia before she asked you to solve a problem? Oh, nah, it's not like that. They don't pay me enough for that.
We're limiting.
You know what I'm saying? Right. This is the
Okay.
thought. This is what you hear. And see, the funny thing is, people who are trying to be creators, they work, even if you don't own your business, you work with somebody like that. And even if you don't work with somebody like that because you are completely self-employed, you have a vendor, a customer, a service provider that is that same way. You know what I'm saying? Like, Spectrum got us by the shorties. But when Spectrum tell you, oh, we going to be there between 12 and 4, and what time dudes show up? 3:30.
352.
Holla, sometimes. Or, hey, man, like, we overbooked. We come tomorrow. No, bitch, I took off of work. You know what I'm saying? So if they're like that, and see, that carries over heavy in our culture. And not to be that person, I know y'all hate me, but I'm going to tell you something. In Japan, if Paul Duncan said, I'm going to give you these 3 field notes on Wednesday, and he tried to deliver to me on Thursday, he owed me 3x the invoice as a penalty. So if that invoice was $1,000, right, and he's supposed to deliver this, and I had my $1,000 in my hand, and he showed up on Thursday, I got to give him $3,000. He still got to give me the product. He has to give me $3,000 plus the product. That's a known quantity. Like, you don't be where you're supposed to be when you're supposed to be there. You owe 3x the value of whatever because you inconvenience the next people. And the way that people be trying to, I mentioned this in a video the other day. We trying to get better at content creating. How many times you post a week? Oh, once a week. Now, you really trying to get better? Or you trying to stay on schedule? Because I'm going to say it again. I say it every time until I'm blue in the face. And I don't even like this little ninja. I tell you what Steph did yesterday. Steph shot about 500 threes. Now, he not as good as the Celtics. Yo, we kicking ass. 146 to 0. Did you see that? Laker what? LeBron was like, I'm sick. I ain't going out there. Brian,
My toes hurt.
He need to put his jersey on. LeBron say, skirt of them. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Skirt of them. We blew out the Bucks. We blew out the Cavaliers. We blew out the Wizards. We have 5 whistle-to-whistle leading games in the last 2 weeks. 5. That means never under. Just saying. Kevin said,
It was a rest year last year. You gonna come back this year, huh? Okay.
hey, it's all good. Yo, we had an okay run. The Knicks kind of did us dirty, but we showed the Knicks last week. What's up? All right, Knicks, you just get your game together because we see y'all in the playoffs if y'all lucky. That was their first time smelling the playoff in 87 years, and they deserve to do good, but not this time. JT bust his toe. That's what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's like, oh, Celtics are F. JT broke his toe. The Celtics are F. JT sitting on the bench in his best fit, looking like Drake Light, going, damn, these boys are good. I might not get my job back.
Light skinned brother like that.
He said, I might not get my job back. Tatum is like, damn, I better, doctor, fix me. I need to get back there before I lose my spot. Yo, that bald head Skeletor dude, Wash, he out here, bro.
I don't like him. He scared me.
Yo, he out here. Paul is like, what the heck are you talking about basketball, Paul? Basketball. Both of you Pauls. Both of you Pauls are like, what? I need to get Eden in here to help me out. But actually, she's a Celtics fan. I mean, a Sixers fan. Never mind. Anyway, the point is, like, too many people, even no matter what you're doing, this, that, or different, you're trying to practice in real time, and you're not really wanting to practice. And it's like, Paul, like, I got my keyboard, and now I'm going to go play Carnegie Hall. It's like, bro, you can't even play Dale Carnegie Hall. What the? Oh, that's the same thing, actually. Actually, no, it's not. It's after the first Carnegie. I just went dumb. So, Elisa, why you got to do me like that? My brain just had a fart. Let it go. There's a huge age difference between Andrew and Dale. I will drink water to that. How's your project going, AT? She out here kicking butt. Why she mute? Paul, why you mute her? Be nice.
Alicia's been a rock star this week.
I know, that's what I'm saying. She gets
Did
snitched
an
on. You
amazing
don't think the
thing
teachers talk?
for my
Mary Lou be
project.
like, she out here. So that's why I'm getting her.
Everybody
confessed.
can unmute themselves.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, a little bit. Little louder.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, there we go. Now she in there.
It's going pretty good. I had some side projects because of Gretchen and Mary Lou. So
You got kaleidoscoped?
I did.
She got into my Global Year of Kindness campaign with the Bucket Filler Brigade. The girl created me a landing page for the whole campaign
Oh, come on
In
now.
Notion.
in Notion. I mean,
Notion.
I was like, okay,
come on
yeah,
now.
I haven't made a landing page since I had to write HTML, 25 years ago. Seriously, I was like, oh crap. And next thing I know, I come back and she's like, will this work? And I'm like, I mean, she took all of my videos, dumped them into, or put them into ChatGTP, made it sound just like me talking, which is frightening.
The race
And
car?
it was,
Chat GTP?
shut up. Just-
24 hours at Le Mans?
You know the boss are watching.
Oh my God, dude. Here's something that's really cool, guys. I thought of this just yesterday when I was upstairs cooking. I have the strangest thoughts when I'm cooking, so I think I have an idea. I'm gonna start bringing my you know what? It's in my pocket 24/7 now. I didn't know it would be like this. This guy lives in my pocket. Because it can just find a magnet round about anywhere and just thunk it and then go to this magnet is in the wrong place, but I can just thunk it to a flagpole, thunk it to the kitchen refrigerator and just say something. So I just be with it. Same you can do with your phone, but I just like this little guy. Strangely enough, it sounds good even without connecting the little mic. I had this thought yesterday. Okay, so you guys all know B-Wash because you guys been coming to his streams. Now, by all intents and purposes, B-Wash is what we would call an established creator. For those uninitiated, brand new, hanging out in the stream, lurking, B-Wash is Brandon Washington, my buddy, right? We had the Liberace video. So he is what we would call an established creator. His Brandon Washington channel is about 170, 180,000 kin folks. Let me check. Brandon Washington. Damn, you know what? It's funny. This is going to sound crazy because I'm just getting ready to talk about B-Wash, who's sitting at 160, right? And call him an established creator. And we have established creator royalty in our group right here who hangs out with us for some reason. He thinks it's cool to kick it with us. But I just think it's because he don't have any other friends. But he's at 228. So big ups to Paul. Wait, I can't even point to this dude. This dude right here, the ugly one. He's at 228 because, he kicking butt. But B-Watch is what we would call an established creator at this point because he's at, 160 grand. And he said the other day to me, he was like, fam, I really need to, stop tripping and get my Instagram game like you and Mary Lou. And I was like, wait, what? I was like, Ninja, what? And then he said, yeah, y'all just like take the camera, turn it on and go. And I'm like, yeah. And he goes, no, I still like make my reels. Like I make my reels. And I was like, yeah, but you know, it's a different thing. And then and his thought process was like, is it really though? And in my head, I'm like, no, but I was trying to let you have a way out. And I was like, okay, so what do you mean? He goes, I'm going to just start shooting it with the front of my iPhone and just calling it a day. And so the problem is in his space, right? He's a professional filmmaker, right? He shoots on Red cameras and, you know, he gets paid a lot to do his videos that he makes commercial work. And so the thought process is, and yesterday Gerald Undone was on the stream, and we had conversations about this yesterday because everybody is bitching and complaining about knowing Sony's new camera not having OpenGate. And the only reason why you would want OpenGate, which I'll explain to somebody if you don't know what it is, if not, I'll ignore it. I'm hoping you guys are down on this. The only problem with OpenGate is it's designed so that when you're filming, you can have your segment available to go straight and take your video, and you got the YouTube video built in, right? That is the primary function of having OpenGate. So in other words, if you shoot a 16:9 video and you're ready to share on social media, it's already designed in a manner where you could take the file and instantly have a shape that's ready to go for socials. And it sounds so good on paper, but the reality is it still takes the same amount of work to go into your editor and change the crop to 16:9 to 9:16. I'm trying to find you an example real quick. And so a lot of people are on this idea that, oh, it's going to make it easier because it's filmed in a manner where the crop will just work. But I'm like, is it really though? Because you're still going to have to go in and make some adjustments and make some changes.
I'm going to say, how many times you go right from camera to publish anyway?
Never. Okay, so I'm here. This is what I was looking for. For some reason, my overlay was missing in my Ecamm profile. So basically, this video would be considered 16:9, and OpenGate would basically allow this part to happen automatically. And it's kind of dumb because, like Jimmy just said, you rarely go from camera straight, right? You're going to go in your editor. If you're going to go in your editor, all of the editing programs, Final Cut, Premiere, DaVinci, they all have an automatic squares, right? So you're not really going to use it, but everybody is about this life. And so what sort of Brandon said was, I just need to learn to just start taking it straight from my front camera, especially because now one thing that's dope about the 17 is it has the ability to do either or really quickly, right? The 17 has an OpenGate built in. And the phone makes sense because it's on the phone and you're going to go from the phone to the place that uploads by the phone. So simpler. Anyway, the whole point was, here's a person who was producing heavily produced reels to now he doesn't produce heavily produced reels. Now he's just posting reel every day on IG specifically. And the way in the last week, the stuff that he's been posting is blowing out what he had been posting prior is next level. So I'm going to read you the last couple posts. 276,000, 40,000, 96,000, 56,000, 37,000, and 16,000. Everything prior to that, 6, 8, 3, 6, 6, 8, 3, 4, 18. There was 100,000 a couple weeks ago. Now, say, oh, he got a follower. He has 27,000 followers on IG. So that tells you his current post stats of just taking the phone and go are outperforming all the ones where he over edited. And it's not he got 4,000 because he has 27. That would be a normal number. Everything I just read you is, except for the 16, is higher than the 27 that he has. That 16 is the lowest, and that's also the newest. That's from 2 days ago. Yeah, that was from 2 days ago. So give it a week, it'll blow past the 27. And it's not that Instagram is somehow crazier or better. It's because, especially in shorts, IG, and to some extent TikTok, if it looks too produced, it's a commercial. Yo, what's up, LD? Let me get your man up in here. Bingo. Listen, family, I'm going to tell y'all something right now. Derek made a pimp cry this week. Tears and everything. Nearly spit out my whiskey. Thank you, LD. But if you make me waste whiskey again, brother, I'm going to tell you what, next time I come to Atlanta, we going to have fisticuffs. Yo, LD, can I read your message to these Ken folks? Because you made a brother cry, bro. I sent it to wifey, and I was like, look at this. And she had to give a brother a hug. She's 4 feet nothing. She had to squeeze me. Well, at least she could reach around my stomach now. She can actually close her arms nowadays. But it was a really good message, and I really appreciate it. Like, it means a lot to me because that's all I'm trying to do. And I get a lot of heat from you. Oh, you should do this and you should do that. And I'm like, no, what I'm trying to do is exactly what you sent me in the message this week. And so I appreciate you for taking the time to do that. Like on the real, on the real, on the real. Anyway, Derek said, I'm definitely trying. I'm going to try to use my phone more to speed things up. Fam, it is legit. Yesterday, I made a short. I can pop it up here real quick. This lady... Not a lady. I can't tell you what this lady. I said that because the last one I did was a lady. Anyway, this person wanted to know about how to get the phones out of the Blackmagic Video app, files out of Blackmagic Video app back to the camera. And it was on a review where I did, but I guess they missed the step. So I was like, I'll just do it again. Technically, the answer to the question was in the first video, but for whatever reason, if it didn't land, all I did was recorded it again. I can't even tell you that I changed the instructions because you know how we get. We got a way we do things. Y'all might not realize that you put your left sock on first every day. Or maybe you put your right sock on first every day. Or maybe you're like Paul C. He's British. You know, white folks don't wear socks. I'm teasing Gretchen. See, why'd you have to go there? Gretchen giggle. Gretchen got them bright color socks with like patterns on it and like some, right now they probably holiday festive, smell like cinnamon.
No, I buy them from the company up here in the Northwest called Life's Too Short for Socks that match.
Oh, you would. You and Katie absolutely would. My sock
There's
game
an actual
hero,
company that makes them that they're just different enough,
perfectly
but it's
different.
the
Listen,
best.
that's me. Strangely enough, I got put on to Darn Tough socks by somebody in the cold when we was in Massachusetts one time. And then after I wore them, I'm like, damn, these is good. So I basically have Darn Tough socks and Unbound Merino, and then one more company called Wello, because they make wide calf compression socks. Because I have pretty big calves from being a soccer player / football player, and regular compression socks hurt. And this company called Wello makes wide calf compression socks, and they are comfortable and soft and made out of like wool or bamboo, and they are the best. If you fly and you don't like the way compression socks feel like arthritic, plus they ugly. Like regular compression socks is UGLY. Wello is the bomb, and they comfortable. Oh my God, super comfortable. They got regular socks too, but they are comfortable. Let me send y'all the link. I'm not even affiliate. I'm just telling you. It's funny, like how you get old, the type of stuff that
I'm
you
looking at
find
them right
yourself,
now.
the stuff that you find yourself liking that you would have never thought you would be about. Like when I was a kid, it was about Izod socks, dog. If these socks ain't had no gators on it, they was bullshit. You know what I mean? We was trying to look cute. But now, I'm like, yo, these joints are good. And these are good gifts too, Jimmy, if you want to get something for the missus or for the kids.
I was getting ready to buy them some Bombas. 'Cause,
Oh,
I like
hey.
stuff that, like Bombas. Look at you. Hey.
Bumblebees, bruh.
Oh, shit. Ow.
Yeah, you right. Hey, Bumblebees is tight too. But I do only kind of sort of buy merino socks now because they, like if I'm ever traveling, I get stuck at the plane or something, I could take them out, wash them in the sink, right? Like you're going to be in the airport and you're stuck for a couple hours. I could take them suckers off, put my shoe back on real quick, run to the bathroom, wash them in the sink, hang them on your backpack. In like an hour and a half, they're dry. You put them back on. Merino
That's the
wool.
soldier coming out of you right there, boy. Yes, y'all folks ain't ready for that. That's the soldier.
100%. That's military.
Hey, that's what
Bombers
we had
has
to do,
compression
goddamn
too.
Yeah, the
They
Bombers
have.
compressions are nice. They're really nice.
I love mine.
Hey, you know that Bombers be at Kohl's all the time. So if you live closer to the Kohl's and you don't want to wait for the mail, Bombers always be at Kohl's in the back by the shoes though. It's not where the regular socks be for some reason. Like they got
Oh,
some kind of
okay.
deal. But every
I got to
time
go
I'm
in
in
that area today
Massachusetts,
anyway, because Coles is right next to Bevmo, and I'm gonna go pick up some Uncle Nearest today. See, here we stay locked in, brother. Stay focused. So
Yo.
I may go into Coles, get me some Bombers
Yo,
while I pick
Kohl-
up that Uncle Nearest from my dad.
yo,
Yeah.
why they put the socks next to the liquor? Yo, that is tight, bro. That is tight. They put the
This is my world.
socks
I'm
next
sorry.
to the liquor. Come on. Come on. All right. Let me show y'all this real quick. But yeah, no, I don't know how we got the socks, Gretchen. But yo, on the reels, man, Bombers is tight, Darn Tough is tight, and Wello. That's like it. And I buy Unbound Merino socks because when I get my order, like they like add these things and we can, give you a little special deal because I buy a lot of stuff from Unbound. But I'm all Merino
Add
socks.
toe
everything.
add toe warmers to that, and you can hit Yellowstone in the middle of winter and be just fine.
Toe warmers. The hang is that? I live in the tropics, lady. My toes is warm. I
Toe
just put 'em
warmers,
in the sand.
they're the like kind of like the hand warmers, but they're for you peel off the back and you stick them to the outside of your socks between that and there, and they last for 10 hours. I live in them up here all the time because I'm out walking in the rain. I have them
Yo,
on.
that's funny.
I have them on now because I'm just, my circulation is built for somebody that's 5'4", not 5'11", and it gives up at my knees and says bye.
I think I'm the same way.
You
Yo, my
know?
circulation be on crack. Here, let me throw this up here real quick. All right, so I got this message from my brother LeDerek, right? And this is funny. Not funny, but this is just very good, right? He said, it's amazing how things change over a year. In July 24, I spoke to you in passing at Podcast Summit. So me and Caleb and Michelle, little nephew Mikey, Janice, you guys know Janice Anderson, K-Walk, and Stevie Wicks, we was all in Atlanta doing this thing, this Ecamm joint, right? And he said, I had no intention of being a podcaster or whatever, but I did want to get better at creating YouTube videos. So I left this part right here, family, this part right here. I moved in a way that would not allow myself to be sold anything I was not looking for, even though I did not know what I needed at the time. I really want y'all to hear that. That's an important part of this message. He said, Omar was an added reason for me being there. That's Omar El Takori. He was, at that time, a YouTuber content creation coach. I spoke right before Omar. Omar and I were back to back. But the funny part about it is I chose to hear someone else because of how the lectures were stacked, right? So that means like LD came to my session and then went to a different session because, conferences be doing that. They take somebody who's a heater like Omar and stack them against something else that you might need, and that's always terrible, right? Anyway, to my point, I wish I would have taken a minute to say hello after seeing the quality of person that you are. Thanks to Brandon B. Wash for reintroducing me to you. Thank you for what you do in the form of encouraging and helping others get out of their own way. I really appreciate the content. So when Paul C. asked me, how come I don't look at my analytics? LeDerek. Okay, I know that's a hard name for white folks, but let me say it again, LeDerek. Right, it's French. Paul's going to kill me. It's like, this is Paul C. This one right here. This one right here. Because he'd be like, if you look at your analytics, you da-da-da. Like, shut up, Paul. You know I can't do math, bro. I was high during pre-calculus. So, legit. Like, no joke. Paul is right. You should look at your analytics. I just can't because I know what it'll do to me. I know that it'll rabbit hole me and it'll send me places that I don't want to go. So, when I do what I do and people ask me what I do, and I kind of encourage you guys to do, because it's hard to do this job and not look at your numbers and feel some type of way, especially when you post a video that you busted your tail on and like 15 people watch it. And you're like, yo, that was at least 60 people. Why did it only get 15? And then you start wigging out and start overthinking, and maybe I need a new camera, or maybe I need a new light, or maybe I need to make my office look all sexy like Jimmy with the posters and whatnot. Or maybe I need to be like Gretchen and get the apothecary drawers with no drugs in it, but photos instead. Like you start overthinking it. Maybe I need a black cat to walk across my keyboard and put his tail in my face when I'm trying to shoot a video, like Mary Lou and Paul. Like you be having these thoughts. Karen said the other day, "You think we should get a cat?" No, absolutely not. No, Paul, do not. If you text her, Paul, I will fuck you. I will kill you. No. I don't need any cats in my house because I see what they do to Paul and Mary Lou. Right. Plus, I'm allergic. She said I'm allergic too, and I was like, I know this. So why the hell would you have that thought? Old people. This is the kind of stuff old people do. They get cats. But legit, two things are going to happen with that image I just showed you. It's going into a folder, and I have this folder, and it's the awesome folder, and I created this a long time ago because somebody else told me to do so. And I highly suggest if you don't have one yet, you get one. Whenever you get a message like that, you put it in your folder. Because the next most common question I get in real life at conferences on live streams, and Val asked me the other day, Val said, what do you do when the people troll you or have something stupid to say or whatever? You just, what you say? That's what you do. You go read a lovely message from LaDerrick, or I go check emails that I got from Paul C, because Paul C will send me a message and be like, I'm going to punch you in the face, but damn, you're good. I love you. Thank you for what you do, so forth, so on, et cetera. Right? Like Paul will always hit me on the side and be like, hey, I needed this, I needed that. Thank you so much, blah, blah, blah. Like if nobody else answers me about Paul C, we're good. For as much shit as I give him, he gives it right back to me. But like, I know for a fact that he actually listens and does what he says he's supposed to do. He follows all the homework. He takes crazy notes, which is insane. For somebody who swears to God that they're not studious, Paul takes notes like he's still trying to take A-levels, which doesn't mean to anybody except for somebody from the UK, but he knows what that is. Gretchen probably knows because she's a teacher.
I text you too. I tell you, you haven't scheduled your stream or.
Man, we're not talking about hate text, Paul. We was talking about nice text. You sent me hate text.
Paul was feeling left out.
No, Duncan sent me hate text. Hey, dummy. I can't get into Zoom. You clicking the wrong link, old man. Yo, oh my God. I have something to send to everybody. I think I was trying to send it to Jimmy last night, but I didn't want to wake him up. Caleb sent me this thing, bro. And it's a tear jerker. I'm going to put it in the link in the chat. And when y'all get done today, I want y'all to go watch Grandma Puzzles. Bruh, this is so good. It's like everything and everything and everything with a side order of everything with some whiskey and weed. Like, it is so good. And it's something that everybody who's here right now, all of y'all need to hear. So just go and watch it. It's going to cost you about 6-7 minutes, but it is so legit right here. I'm telling you, it's so legit. And then let me see what Junkie said. Oh, Cannon got them hand warmers on deck. That's why Gretchen don't need hand warmers. She got a Cannon. She just put the feet warmers. Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you, Jimmy.
Luis, okay, I'm advertising your 5 years with my polycamera shirt, and you're coming at me with Canon, buddy. We've been
Get it, Luis. Get her.
Yeah.
So I was like, why does my chair feel funny? I have my jacket draped weirdly today, so it's like stabbing me in the back with the zipper. Make a minor adjustment. Anyway, so I just want to remind everybody that while we're out here getting ready for the new year and doing our thing and getting prepped and trying to get stuff done, it's important that you, take time to go back and look for your testimony joints. Any of them that you got. And this might be easier than I think. Let me try something. I haven't tried this yet, but let me try something. Go back here to the YouTube studio, whop, 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 and then click on analytics. Come on, dude, move. Analytics. And then let me see. Do I have my browser set up? I was messing with my stuff yesterday. I may or may not have browser window set up. Of course I didn't. You can't just do things the easy way, Doc. Jerk face. Safari. Whew. Okay. So go into your little thing here. Press on this AI Studio. And then be like, Can you go through all of my comments and find any positive testimonials? Let me see. You may or may not be able to do this. I really don't know if this works. If not, I do know Paul has a way for you to go get your comments and you can analyze for comment sentiments. All right. It doesn't know how to find them directly, but it did get some basic. Here, let me do it this way. This will be easier. It did get some basic overview, but I will highly suggest that if you can, you find a way to get them and then start to store them. There's an app called Senja, which, you know, depending on where you are in your content creation journey, might be worth paying for, that will actually not only collect all your testimonies, but put them in a manner that you can use them to create stuff off of. So this is what it gave me specifically. In many comments show gratitude for specific tutorials, calling yourself a lifesaver, calling your lifesaver for providing easy fix information. Appreciate your videos on the Blackmagic camera app, DaVinci Resolve settings, tech setups like the Blackmagic capture card fix. Okay, gangster. Recognition of your milestones, hit the 20,000. Your post every day for a year journey is highly inspiring, with viewers congratulating you and crediting on your mindset, content motivating for their own creative journeys. And then I guess if you click these blue joints, will it take you someplace? Oh, it does take you to comments. Okay. But it doesn't, I don't know how it's aggregating these comments. So anyway, this might be a worth a look just to go in the back and sort of see what your viewer sentiment is. So now that we got AI Studio, go back there and take a peek and just sort of see what's popping in your space and see what you can do. You know, like see what you can do. Paul, even if you log in through a VPN, you don't get access to that? What they doing y'all dirty?
No, I've tried every way, even going in through a secondary account.
What about making a U.S. person a manager? Is it channel specific? So even a U.S. manager wouldn't
well,
be able to see it?
Two of my colleagues are in Turkey.
they have
Someone
it?
else has been. We just don't have access to it.
No, I mean, do they have it in Turkey?
No.
Oh, yeah, that's why. So, Paul, you're thinking if they add a manager from a U.S., they still wouldn't be able to see it?
That's just something. It's something we got to wait for. It's just we've lost that American favor we used to have years ago.
Yeah, I'm going to blame Brexit. I'm just messing. I'm gonna mess.
I think YouTube knows where you are, you know, where you're at physically when you set it up, and I think that's what it's pulling from.
Yeah, and it's not going to stay that way for long. Normally, the lockouts are about 6 months while they iron out the creases. However, in the meantime, there is things. So Paul has a tool that he knows called YouTube Comments Downloader that can get your comments. But the best thing to do is when you get these things, clip them suckers and put them in a folder somewhere. Make yourself a Notion document and paste them in. Have, ChatGPT pull the sentiment and give you some tags and stuff so you can tag it. Store it in Apple Notes. I don't care where you keep it. You need to keep
Just
it.
out of curiosity, why don't you ask that question again, but give it a specific video of yours just to see if it can pull up the data?
I can do that with myself. I
One
don't
of
get
the
that
other
many comments. I can just look myself and pull those. I mean, I'm averaging like
One
10,
of the other
15
things,
comments.
though, to keep in mind is AI Studio only looks back, I think it's a couple months or something. It's limited. It's like I tried using it in our channel and the Ecamm channel, and it will only analyze a certain section.
No,
It
I
won't
made
go
it
back
do a
that
whole
far.
year. Remember in my video where I showed you guys how I did use AI Studio to go back the whole year, tell me how many videos produced, what my milestones. Like I had to do a recap before it did a recap. Before the YouTube
Because I
cap
tried
thing.
using it, and
Before,
it told me it couldn't go back that far.
well, how far is that far?
I went back and looked at, like, it tried to go for a year,
Oh yeah,
and
it
it
can do a
wouldn't
year.
do it.
I wonder why.
I'll try again.
I wonder why it's different. A lot of times it's to do. Yeah, you can also search for phrases like thank you, also true, in the regular comments window. So that's an easier way to do it if you don't have YouTube AI. But YouTube did this thing called the YouTube recap. And if you haven't done it so far, it's youtube.com/recap. Let me pull mine real quick.
Is that AI button available when you go into comments?
The AI button's available in the whole of YouTube. But AI Studio is inside of anything inside of YouTube Studio.
It's due over from the Bell. Well,
Yeah.
you may not have it yet.
Yeah, he
but
don't
some of
have
those
it
things
yet.
are rolling out.
He don't have it yet. So what Kevy was saying, because Kevy always got something spicy to say. You come over here and you go to the top and you're in the community tab. So here's the community tab right here. This is where we at. Go to the top, Wendy, and then search for and then I don't and see it went by the title, Kevin. So yeah, that ain't gonna work. And then if you go through, let's get rid of unresponded. Let's get rid of that. And then
Filter. You click on. Filter.
I'm turning the filters
Next
off.
one.
No, you mean this filter? That's just
Your face is over.
yeah, but it doesn't do anything. That filter is just doing these. So I can get rid of published. Can't get rid of published. Can't get rid of sort by. Can't get rid of sort by. But in the filter, you can put in. There you go. Kevin got it. So you can find all of these, right? And then you can go through and pull all of these. Some of them are going to be, oh, it's still counting. I was like, man, I only had like 5 people say thank you. Nah, it's still going. So yeah, you can pull it that way. And then now, can AI Studio do something with this page?
That's what I was asking.
Would you want to know?
Just you. Same question as you put in first.
Can you look through these results and pull out all of the positive testimonials or positive comments? It might not be that smart yet. If you got a one in Chanel, one in Chanel. Ouch. Yo, Paul, we broke it. Okay, yes. Now it can do a little bit better. See, sometimes I'm telling you, man, he British, but sometimes he come through. He hit us with the actuals, factuals.
I just use the analytics occasionally.
Shut up, Paul. Shut up, man. Paul, delete Paul. That'd be
That's
Paul
straight
on
to
Paul
the dome.
crime.
I think Gretchen needs the bathroom.
That was straight to the dome right there. And he was cool with it too. He was like,
I'm telling you,
I just
man.
read.
Paul is a sniper, bro. He spent too much time in Morocco. He learned these things. Yeah, there you go. So yeah,
You can tell James I just added him to my list of watching.
there you go.
This is why I mute all the time in between, because when you guys always makes me burst out laughing. I just, me, they're loud.
Kevin, I'm just messing with you. I know you're not spicy, dog. You good. Ollie said, elevated my content. My channel is seriously growing since I moved to Ecamm full time in the beginning of November. Shut up, gangster. Thank you to all you who build and promote. Thank you. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. Hey, Kevin helped us out. Yo, Rich, bro, I freaking live in Whisper Flow. Like, it's obnoxious. Starting to lag and sometimes getting things wrong. I have to closely proofread everything before I send it. I think you might be onto something. Sorry, I'm looking for my tissue because all of a sudden, hanging out with Gretchen, I got the allergics. Start talking
Am I
about
making
cats.
you cry again?
No, I started talking about cats. So
Dogs. I don't have cats.
what happened is they just got a fundraise from Stephen Bartlett and Flight Story. And when they got the fundraise, they got a $25 million fundraise, it becomes tech press for about 2 weeks. And so I'm going to guarantee you a dime against two fat boys that their signups, let's just say they were sitting on 250,000 people, they're probably well over 1.5 million right now. Because number one, Steven come out. Steven bring Mandingo when he go. Like, he's a big deal. He's a quiet, little squirrely British dude. He's Mancunian, so I ain't gonna mess with him there. You know what I mean? He's a United fan, so that's how it come we tight. But Steven, ever since Dragon's Den and slightly before, like, he's been making moves as a young dude. He is basically the British Gary Vee, a little bit nicer. But I mean, as far as making moves in tech, his Flight Story fund, yo, he's out here helping out these small apps. And so when he put his coin down on Whisperflow about 6 months ago and just started using it as a person, then he came back and been like, oh, how can I get in? And they say, well, this is what we need. So Cervell, however you say his name, Sunhill, him and Steven got together. Steven gave him like $25 million run up so they can increase their servers and do all of that. So he got the money, but I guarantee you those servers ain't spun yet, because that announcement came literally a week ago. He came on his YouTube video and be like, hey, Flight Story is backing us. So they have the money to go get new servers and spin new servers and do whatever. And I'm also sure that that same process of getting that loot also brought them probably a minimum of 500,000 customers. So, Rich, you know I say dumb stuff, bro. I think there should be a way to go back and tell the edit via voice. Hey, I think so too. But one thing I have noticed is if you correct the same thing like twice, maybe, it starts to remember the correction. Like, mine no longer says Mary Lou in a weird way. Mine knows that Mary Lou is Mary Lou because, you know, she spells her name weird. Her mom stuck an extra letter in there. And there's not, all the Mary Lou's you know don't really spell it that way. She's a rarity. Most of it is Marilou or Mary space Lou, right? Not a lot of people have the Marielou. Mom's was hitting a little bit of the when she made her name. So it always would try to mess it up, and then I fixed it. But the thing that blew my mind the most, and to Jimmy, who's been here, like, I could tell it Kalakaua, it knows how to spell Kalakaua. I can tell it Kalana an Ole or Evile, and I was like, what? How in the frick y'all got the Hawaiian dictionary in there too? Yo, it does not misspell Hawaiian names, and humans don't even do that. I got people that live here that spelled the joint wrong. The name is this long, right? It's one of the long street names. So I'm very impressed by that. But I'm assuming, I have noticed over the last week or so that it's gotten things wrong that it hadn't gotten before. And I'm assuming their servers are getting their butt kicked. But now that they got the loot, it won't be long before they fix it. I will still say, right now for me, app of the year. 100%. That's a good question. All right, round table. We're going to start with Jimmy Hicks, and then Gretchen, and then Paul, and Alicia, and Paul. So y'all got time to think about you got time to think about your answers. All right? We're going to be, what's your app of the year, Jimmy? Why he try to take a drink when I ask him a question?
My app of the year.
Yeah, because you be sending me
regards to
apps,
what?
bro. We be sending each other crazy stuff, so you probably more locked in than most.
In the creation world,
In general, bro, you might tell us something we don't know about. We might be something that could do crochet patterns that we're not hip to.
I've locked in 100% with Descript, right? I've avoided the noise about everything that has to be fancy and new, and I've gone full in with Descript and Captions.ai or Mirage Studio. That's how I throw out my short form content.
Captions changed their name?
Yeah, they're actually rebranded. Actually, I hollered at the R&D team the other day. So they're going with Mirage Studio. You can create your AI avatars, and you can make your clips look different than anyone else's because they have templates that you can custom.
I think you and I were the only people using captions, and I literally
Right.
just turned mine off in the beginning of November. The only reason
Yeah.
why I did, and not because it was bad or anything, I actually liked captions. I liked it better than anything else.
Yeah.
We were doing some testing, and Brandon and I came to the conclusion that captions, at this point in time, it doesn't really change your engagement. It does make the video look
No.
nicer, but it doesn't really make my videos perform more or less. Like in the beginning, I thought it did because people would watch the reels without the audio being on. At this point in time, I don't think it makes that much difference. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna shave, $50 a year by turning it off. But if they're doing something new, I might test it out again.
Yeah, they're doing some new things, and it's interesting what you said about that. I've decided to do less over editing on my shorts, reels, threads, and things like that, and just get right to the point. I don't even put the music in anymore,
Thank
right?
you.
And I've seen a
Same
definite
here.
tick on
I
from that
stopped messing
perspective.
with
So
the
that
music too.
is huge.
Yeah, the only reason why I stopped
Um,
messing with the music is if the brand want to take it, they can take it. Because right now,
Yeah.
if you put your music in, the brands can't steal it. So when LD is like, "Yo, this was here, can I post it?" Yeah, and then she's like, "I
Yeah.
can't. It's got the music. Can you send it again?" Now I got to stop what I'm doing because I'm about to ruin. All right, so Jimmy said the script, gangster. You and Jeff C, you and Jeff C are on point. All right, so if you haven't looked at the script a while, go and give it a peek. And then I'll check out Mirage Studio, gangster.
Yeah,
No,
I got one more to add to, so everybody keep thinking.
Yes.
And I literally just built a mini webpage from a prompt that I put in about my YouTube channel sentiment. So I'm using Manus.
You and
Manus.im is my LLM of choice.
You
Me and
and
Chat
Tanya.
have broken up. Me and Perplexity, we still dating, but Manus is where I'm living. Manus.im. And I'll send you, let me send you this webpage. It's crazy. So I'm writing mini web apps. I'm doing deeper analysis on what I want to do short, mid, and long term, and asking and getting deeper responses than just a little chat. OpenAI, they got a code red. They know they falling behind. So I'm working with some other folks, and Manus is the truth.
All right, let's see, man.
Someone muted.
Huh? No. I can hear everybody. Let me copy this link. You have a affiliate link for Manus?
I got some
Yeah, just
coupon codes or something like that. What you call it?
Yeah, pop them in
What
the
the kids call it?
what the kids call it.
Here,
Yeah.
Manus with a friend. Here we go. Boom.
And then because YouTube won't let you share it if you put it in the Zoom chat, then Paul can put it in the regular chat. That's it. Anybody want to screen shoot that? I thought it said ABCDEFG, but it actually said ABSQ. My brain. Paul will repost it in a second. Gretchen, what is your album of the year?
Well,
Lightroom, I know.
besides Speedify, that saves me all the time out here in the
Speedify?
middle of nowhere.
Oh, there we go.
Oh yeah, I mean it's on constantly because whatever's happened out here at the end of the Key Peninsula, it's like saves my stream at least 3 or 4 times a stream. It's crazy. Yeah, but I'm just going fast and simple. You know me, I don't like to edit, so I've been using edits for my shorts, just like quick,
Instagram
quick.
edits, the regular edits.
And it last night and my Meta Ray-Ban. Yesterday I filmed my word of the day on my Ray-Ban, just kept as I was drawing, and I just kept hitting it over and over again, and I had 37 minutes worth of it and dumped it into edits, and it wouldn't, you can't have more than 10 minutes. So I just put all the ones that were just the drawing part on super fast on 7 times, and I got it all down to under 10 minutes. So then I could take it off and split it up and do what I wanted to do with it. So it's simple. It's there on my hand and ready to go. And since I'm doing 3 different 30-day projects and post every day for 30 days on 3 different things, it's kind of important.
I just thought of something. Gretchen, I have this book, and it's called Ultimate Words. And the premise of the book is that Americans, probably British because we're similar, we use about 440 words in our entire vocabulary. I definitely don't fit that description. Y'all know I'll bust out some juxtapositions and things of that nature, but the average person uses about 440 words total in their everyday conversation, mostly because people tend to be a little silo-y and talk to the same kinfolks over and over. So you guys start to build a dialogue that is basically you and your friends or you and your people, which is why it's important to get out and network and meet some other folks so that your brain doesn't get stuck with the same words, because that's the kind of stuff that will lead you to dementia. Anyway, so this book was called Ultimate Words, and I can't find it on Amazon, but basically it's a sort of vocabulary builder.
So don't forget, Doc, I am married and have been with a guy for 51 years who went to Catholic school, learned Latin, reads the Oxford English Dictionary for fun,
That's what I did. Catholic school.
memorized the Guinness Book of World Records, and and was an English major. I mean, seriously, words are not something that I have not been around for
No,
a
100%.
lot.
Plus, you're a
'Cause-
teacher. So that's my point.
Yeah,
I'm curious
yeah.
as to what would happen if you made an IG channel and you took a book like the top 3,500 SAT words, because this cannot be, no way in hell this could be copywritten because it's a dictionary, right? What if you were to take a book like this and with your meta glasses, take a page every day and maybe not even show the page, but just write it on a piece of paper, the word and the meaning, and you did one word every day. This is 5 years worth of words and plus. It's actually longer than that. I can't do the math that quick. It's almost 10 years. But if you gave up one word every day and just posted the reel and just like, here's a word you should know, I wonder how a
I
channel
think
like that
there
would
there
do.
is a channel out there that does that. I
I
remember. I can't
understand that.
remember who
There's
it
a channel
is.
out there that reads
Uh,
books and paint arts, but you do that too.
I know, but I'm already doing a word a day drawing, and
Yeah. So I'm just saying, like, I'm curious.
we'll
This
see.
is
We can
not for
add
you
that
to
to it.
take the idea. This is an idea for anybody who's curious about how to
Oh yeah.
practice being a creator. Is pick something that's easier than what you're trying to do and do that, so you can get the muscle memory to being a creator, right?
Yeah, and exactly. And that's how I did writing with the kids. The kids would come in every day in the classroom and we would brainstorm word lists of different kind of things, and they would put them up, and literally those great big post-it note things that you had that we lined the ceiling of the classroom with it over the year, and they stayed there all year long. I mean, all the walls were covered with these, and these are 5 and 6-year-olds. And so when they needed to word, they had to go find out which list it was on. So you saw all these little 6-year-olds wandering around looking at the ceiling, trying to figure out where the word was that they wanted to put in. And somebody would know where it was and stuff. But that's, yeah, words, that's why I love language. I love reading, and I
Like,
love kids' picture books and things.
I want to tell you people something that sounds crazy, but this is the world that we live in right now. You could probably go to the depot, walk in there and steal 31 red swatches. And in February, you post one Valspar red swatch every day and talk about the color. And if you do a search on this swatch, you can probably find people who have painted using this exact same thing.
Oh yeah, and then you could add there's a lot of people who go completely into the pigments that make up that. I know
100%.
artists who have the pigment numbers memorized
Yeah.
and know which ones go which and go with which color. It's amazing. Anyway, so those
So
are my two
taking
apps,
something like
Speedify
this
and Edit.
and then finding the bare equivalents over in the center and turning that into a post every day, off camera, no voice, whatever, just literally posting them to music. And you could do them 20 at a time and then just let them schedule. I bet you that channel would freaking pop off because people like weird stuff. And it's just saying, like, if you're trying to figure out, like, the thing that I'm doing right now is hard, but I need to get my creative practice in. Either pick something that aligns with what you do and make it simpler, to what Jimmy and Gretchen have both stated, and then find a way to do it every day. Find a way to take it every day and take it every day. So even Alicia, who is doing something dope with taking out quotes and giving you her thoughts behind it and going deep on it and, you know, putting some effort into it, you also could just take the quotes and post them so you get into the position of I got 365 quotes this year, and you can schedule them suckers like during the month of January. If you did like 10 a day, by the time you get to the end of the month, you only have 15 left to do. So it's going to take you January and 1 day in February to have a whole year scheduled.
And there's something about with I'm doing the 30-30-30 project about having that on my other channel about 30 days, 30 minutes a day to get to 30 photos for the Carnegie Library Infrared Probe. And I'm limiting myself to only editing for 30 minutes and the process that I'm going through. And so I'm going live, I'm doing this. But by doing that, yeah, sometimes you would think, well, you need longer time to it, but I get to look at it with a fresh eye every day. And it's that's really
Yo, I'm
helping me with
stealing
that.
this idea. I'm doing this 30-30-30 content challenge. I'm going to steal it. I'm gonna make that up, and I'm gonna put it out. I don't know which month I'm gonna pull it in, but I'm gonna do it. I'm stealing it. I'm copying this to my clipboard right now. All right. So it's really good. Just think about it. Like there is a way. There's a way for everybody to do this. And again, you're hearing it from what I talked about with Brandon, from the Derek's testimony, from Jimmy, and from Gretchen. Simplify. Just simplify. And Katie and I talked about this like 2 years ago, and now I got her.
Ecamm makes it the easiest.
It's
I mean, I have
100%.
these all set up as different profiles. I don't have to really think. I don't try to make them fancy. There's the thumbnail changes just the title a little bit, and it's one of the pictures. It's the opening scene. It's also that, and that's all it does. And I don't have to change much of anything. I can just open it, like between when we finish here and we have gold class. I will do my live because it has to get done because I've got 2 other videos besides that to do.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. I was thinking about taking you out to the craft fair today because it's happening right across the street.
Ooh.
Like, yo, this is super, super cool.
Okay.
Let me show you this real quick. This is
And
Jimmy's
yes, and I
sentiment
have to be done
page.
before Luis's show tonight because he's on for 5 years now. This
Yeah,
is his 5th year
Today is 5 years.
anniversary tonight.
This is cool, dude.
He's kind of hoarse because he's been talking for 5 years.
I thought you said he kind of hoarse because he's stubborn.
Wow.
That
Trying to
too.
be.
Dude, this is cool. You built this with Manus, Jimmy?
Creating though,
Yeah,
Paul,
just now. That's why I was squirreling over here. You were talking, I was building that just now. But you see over in the left sidebar too, go down to sentiment analysis, community hub, content library, things like that. But that's the deeper level of generative AI tools that I'm using, and this just came out of Manus literally just now. Using the prompt that's in YouTube's AI Studio. Give me the
Yo,
sentiment for this channel
this is cool,
for-
dude.
using all of its content.
This is super cool. Yo, WNBA is on fire right now. So dope. All right, so Duncan, what is your app of the year? If you say something about that damn piano, I will mess you up.
Ecamm.
Okay, you cheated, but okay. Explain it. Explain it. We don't know, but explain it.
No, it's just it makes going live so easy. I can do little video clips. I can hop into Zoom meetings and look better than I actually do. And if I had to pick a second, it would be ChatGPT.
ChatGPT. What's your favorite thing to do with ChatGPT?
I'm not necessarily a good writer, and sometimes when I write, my thoughts get kind of scattered. And so I use that as a kind of a, does this sound okay? Or sometimes I write things that probably are a little more on the sharper side, I guess one would say. And I have it kind of like make it nice.
If I told ChatGPT to make my writing nice, it would crash the AI. It would be like, bitch,
That's
why
true.
you lying?
It would probably use the word on your water bottle.
That's Fukuoka, dude. See where your brain went? That's in Fukuoka, Japan. It's Fukuoka. That's what that means. Who ever worked at the AIA? What the hell you call it? FAA or the Japan FAA? AIA? Wait, AIA? whatever, something like that, IA or AIA, who let them make that the airport name for Fukuoka should be fired. I'm just saying.
I wonder if you could get it on your license plate.
I'm gonna try. I'm like, yo, I want to get Fukuoka coffee. I'm gonna put HNL to FUK and on my thing, and they try to say something. I'll be like, hey, dude, this airport, dog. This is a legit airport. That airport code is not called AI either. I totally forgot what it's called. It has a different word. If what's his face was here, he would know. Jeremy. There's a word for them. They're unique identifiers, but what is it called? IATA. That's the word I was looking for. IATA. All right. Kevin said, Chat is this app of the year. I've been using it to build out my brand, using it as a mentor to see myself with my wild ideas make any sense. Oh, 100%, bro. Me and Juniper, we be having full-ass conversations. They're like, oh, I thought you was on the phone. I was like, nah, man, I was talking to Junie. Me and Junie is tight. I feel like I owe her a Christmas gift. She be out here helping me get my things did. And Claude One is really good, but that chatbot doesn't work as well. But yeah, Junie is really good. And some people use Sky. I mean, they got all these different voices. Ember. I just like Juniper because she sounds black. AT, what has been your app of the year?
It's a combination of one that you recommend all the time, Tech Sniper.
Oh, I've been using it now. I just used it to copy Jimmy's link so I can. Yes.
Because now I can like really listen when people are talking, and I can just grab the text and still be listening, and I'm not typing or writing, taking notes. So, and then of course what we did all last month, Notion.
Bam. Yo, Notion is, oh my God. Considering where we were and how we kind of like played around with it, like, you know, me and you've been messing around with it forever, but I'm like, I feel like it grew up this year. Somewhere around August, Notion went away for summer, came back and was thick. Like, hey, y'all, look, got my hair did. I'm out here, got my pumps on. I'm looking nice. Notion came out with pumps in the bumps with 3.0. Like, it's really, really good. And the Notion AI is, oh my God, it's next level. So good. So good. I'm doing my my travel joints. I can't show you on the screen because it has all of our passport information, everything in there. But I'm building the travel joints because, you know, I'm fitting to go on this trip and I'm taking like the whole fam. And I got to keep track of the Okinawas. And them girls get on my nerves. So I got everything like the Atmos numbers, the Hawaiian numbers, the hotel numbers, the passport numbers, the global entry numbers. I got like all of the, if you lost a card and you got to call Amex on the fly and be like, hey, pimp, I need a new card, whatever. All of that stuff is in Notion. Because when it becomes stressful and you see this, anybody who travels, even if it's only once a year, somebody in front of you, and then they say, hey, you know, we don't have your Hawaiian number on a ticket. And like, nah, dude, but I'm supposed to be premium. I get free bags or whatever, right? And then it's like, what's not coming through, whatever. Because computers be doing what computers do. And they say, well, go get your number. And they be on the phone, fumbling, trying to find the number. With Notion, it's all in one spot, and they have offline mode now. So right before we leave this house, I'm going to say, hit the offline button, and then I can just open it up, and I can actually save that page as an icon on my home screen, right? You can do things like put an icon on your home screen that leads to a web page, no matter how you make the page, that has all of your emergency contact, and be like, if this dude is ever knocked out, press this button. And that could be the icon. And you hit it, and it's like everything. Call Karen, call the police, call whatever. Allergic to shellfish, allergic to cats, allergic to that motherfucker Paul. Like, you could put the whole shit, like, all your information on a button. And it just, yeah, I think those things go overrated. Like, even if you did it in Apple Notes, like, you should definitely, before you travel, have all the numbers that you might need. Because nothing sucks more than being in the airport under pressure trying to find a number, the internet don't work, or... Yo, that's just tragic. Like, I actually save it in contacts. I have a contact that has everything in the contact, which is scary to some people because you can't lock contacts, but you can lock notes. So there's that. There is Flo. What is up? Flo, we asking everybody what their app of the year is. So let's go. I don't know, Rich, but I can't fix it, so I'm not touching anything. Because unless somebody else says it's happening, then we'll just reboot.
I don't hear it, but I'm listening to directly to Zoom.
No, but Paul, you're probably watching a football match. Oh, Rich said he had the. This is why. Thank you, Rich, for giving my favorites talk. Only react to the comments about the bad audio if more than 2 people say it, because I could be over here breaking stuff when I saw it the first time. Yo, Kevin, Milanote. So I use Milanote and Notion back and forth because some days my brain is extremely picture-oriented caveman mode, and Milanote kicks in. And the other days I'm in the deep dive. That's when Adderall is working. Then I'm in Notion, handling my business. So I go back and forth, and I kind of use Millie as the scratch pad, open brainer, just drag, connect. And then when I'm ready to put those thoughts into a real thing, then I move it into Notion. So very good.
I remember
The
Jared turned
emergency
me on to
contact
Milanote, too.
functionality is built into the phone, but for you as a person that's not in the emergency, needing your credit card numbers or your hotel res, your ticket res, your mileage, all of that stuff, that's not in there, unfortunately. Yeah, but that is a good tip. Oh yeah, come through. Let me wait. Do I have Flow on my phone? Come on, Chanel. So the other, I do. Florence be over here texting me spam. That's why. The Paul C, what is your app for the year, my man's? Why Flo got an Android? Which dog? What is he doing? Paul from the UK. Are you awake? No, he muted.
He's turned you off.
No,
He's got you on ignore.
oh, he ran away. Paul, oh, he's back. Now the camera is
He
following
left.
that
Run
bitch.
away,
What the
run
heck is he
away.
doing? Say words.
I have no idea.
Okay, it
Zoom
works.
just crashed.
It works. You're back. That was
Yeah.
super funny. I
He's
was like,
gone.
wait, it just turned into ObsBot.
Yeah, 1 second. I'm trying to get there.
There we go. Now you're back. Okay.
Like, what's the question?
What was your app of the year?
Oh, I'm not a techo. I think the last one I downloaded properly is Audio Pen.
Get him, Gretchen.
That, in conjunction with Gemini, sorts out 90% of my problems because of dyslexia. So I've become a better writer. Road capture's been quite useful.
Oh, Capture's good.
And HubDoc.
HubDoc. What the heck is that?
It's the way I can do all my taxes just by photographing receipts now. It's legal in the UK, so I just photograph receipts or anyone else's. Sorry, I'm not meant to say that. Receipts, and yeah, I can load them into the system.
Oh my God, Paul, you're the best.
It's all right, we don't have an IRS.
But wait, I want y'all to hear this, and I want y'all, if you get a chance to back the stream up and see Gretchen's face when this dude said, "I'm not a techie." Yo, Gretchen was like, if I could reach to this screen. Now, I want you to know, Paul, Gretchen is a foot
I'm not
taller than you.
techie.
Take it back. Gretchen is a meter taller than you. She would slap the shit out you. Because you cannot say, "I'm a techie," with the stuff you be doing in Gemini. Like, everybody is a techie at this point. Like, that terminology got played out too much where everybody thinks like, oh, I'm somehow more nerdy than others. But you are. Because, like, first of all,
I get very frustrated with it.
I fully understand. I get very frustrated hanging out with Paul, but he's still my friend.
I mean, I'm using what Paul put me on the other week, which was YouTube Comic Downloader, and I can't understand how Gemini and YouTube can't do what a secondary application is doing.
Because the teams that Google, Alphabet, the teams at Alphabet are different. That company is massive. So the teams that are programming the stuff at Alphabet are not in cahoots or any conversation, not even in the same city with the people that are building the other app. And one is designed for search and ad revenue in one particular sense, and the other one is designed for search and ad revenue in a different type of sense. Even the way the ad inventory is handled as a link ad or a web page ad versus a video ad is completely different. So on surface, it seems like it should be the same, but it's not. And yesterday we were on Brandon Streaming, we were talking about cameras, and and I'm gonna get him, Rich. I'm gonna get him with your exact comment in a second. The funny thing is, all of the camera bros love to talk about Sony, this, and this. I'm like, Sony could never make another camera for as long as they live, and they are bigger than the other camera companies combined. Like, Sony could buy Canon, Nikon, Fuji, and Red and delete them and still have money left over. Their imaging department alone is worth $11 billion. Canon's entire revenue last year was $4.6 billion. And that's including x-ray machines and the little things that they use to check metal in your food. When you buy a bunch of lettuce, the lettuce goes flying through a metal detector, and they have Canon and Ricoh cameras in there that they use to make sure that you don't accidentally bite a blade that came off during manufacturing. And still, it misses the bugs. Every once in a while, there's a bug in your damn lettuce, and you're like, if Sony was over there, we'd have found the damn bug. We'd have rinsed the bitch off. I'm messing with Gretchen right now. She's ignoring me.
Remember, Sony started all this, too.
100%. You know what I'm saying? So it's funny because the camera bros would be like, oh, Sony, they're going to fail. I was like, they can't fail, you idiot. Like, why are you on your iPhone with 2 Sony sensors until this year? If you have not a 17, you have Sony sensors. I'm like, yo, Sony's annual budget is freaking massive. It's really funny, but people be like, oh, Sony's gonna die. I'm like, dude, they sell more sensors, and half the Nikons you bragging about got Sony sensors in them, you idiot. So I'm just like, y'all be listening to YouTubers, and you like out here starting fights about stuff that doesn't matter. And back when everybody thought, like Xbox versus PlayStation, those two companies was talking to each other, but like, how do we throw Philips out? And they got together and they took Philips in the back and they beat the brakes off of Philips. And nobody even remembers that Philips used to make gaming consoles. Just saying. Like, it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. Sony and Toshiba got together and was like, yo, we're going to put Panasonic CDs out of business. And they did. So while you think they out here fighting, at some point in time, Sony and Nikon could be like, hey, fuck Canon. And then it's over. It's OVA over. So just
Gretchen don't like that. Look at
I know
she
she
over
don't
there
like that.
plotting on
But
your ass
I'll
right
pick another brand. I'm just saying, like, these guys, they move in bigger circles than YouTubers. YouTubers don't even make a dent in their actual profit. So even when they're like, all the YouTubers are like, well, the Sony FX2 is trash and blah blah blah. It wasn't made for you, dog. It was made for the movie F1. And you're like, no, they wouldn't make an entire camera for a movie like F1. Dude, they used like 3,000 of them on the movie. Sony made a camera specifically for that because Sony and Apple got a relationship like that. And Sony goes, we'll make the ones that we can make money on and we'll send it out to the public because it seemed to work. GoPros came from doing something for underwater filming. And then they were like, yo, we can put this out to the public. Ricoh made the 3D camera long before Insta360. Ricoh got 2 years on Insta360, and it's still very much used in commercial work. They just didn't sell it to YouTubers. Like, people are dumb, bro. Like, read a 10Q, bro. While y'all here swinging, oh, this. I like, read a act. So JP's like, oh, Sony didn't sell that many cameras. And I'm like, JP, read a 10Q. All the data you're looking for, the lies that you are telling are in the 10Q. It is public information. You can go see exactly and excisely how much they made selling what. You can see Sony Imaging and Sensor Division, how big it is. Dude, the camera vision alone made something like $4.8 billion in 2024. And we ain't talking about pictures. We ain't talking about movies.
We ain't talking about practice.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. These kids out here talking spicy. Man, Flo, I sent you the link, woman, and you just going to ignore me. I see. We about to have fisticuffs. Me and Flo are going to have fisticuffs because I sent her the link. She asked for the link. I sent it to her. I'm not messing with Flo. I'm not that crazy. But she can't go around fighting the preacher. She might hurt you. But listen, so Rich wanted to come back at you, Paul, and I'm with Rich. I was going to say the same thing. Look, your whole entire premise was based on explaining to people what error codes are. I'm going to call that tech, my friend, because the wash machine I grew up with, it had 2 rollers and an open tub with no lid. And you put all the joints in there, and it went shoo, shoo, shoo. And when you're done, you pick the clothes up and you ran it through the roller. You pick the clothes up and you ran it through the roller. You pick the clothes up, you ran it through the roller, put the clothespin on the line. That's how I grew up washing clothes. We did not get a box Maytag until I was in my teens. We had the old open tub. I think it was Westinghouse. I just know I got beaten because I put my cousin Eddie in it. I got beat the brakes off.
Digressing slightly there, because that's my profession. Tech is
It's
the
still
internet.
tech. Oh man, if I could reach over there and knock your little ass off, I'll tell you what, it's still tech, homie. This is my whole point when I talk about it in the video yesterday. People got a car that can back itself up. People got a car that can pull itself out to space. It can stop you from driving in the lanes. I be talking to Paul like this. We going down the freeway in Massachusetts. I be like, Paul, when you hungry? What you want to get? And he be looking at me like, grab the car. Got it, dog. Where you want to go? You want to go to Chili's? All right, bet. I just grab the wheel. The car will go straight down to 95 by a damn self. We can't say we're not techies no more. You sent me a message in Gmail the other day. That's tech, dog. It's a good video, by the way. Paul be sending me some good shit. But you know what I'm saying? That is tech. You are a techie. You got Osmod camera moving you around the office right now. Every time your little wee melon moves, it goes with you.
No, that just failed. That's why I vanished.
I'm firing this dude. Get rid of him. Let me bring in Flo. Man, where did she go? She was just here. Man, listen. You can't trust people from DC. That's what it is.
We'll get you. Hey, Paul, don't be saying them Osbots are failing. I got one showing up tomorrow. So I
know,
don't want to.
My package is delayed, dude. Keely is sending me a next camera to test out.
Gee, my
Oh, I'm
Canon
impressed with
package
the
showed up right on time.
There it is. Right
See?
on time.
Why she gotta be like that? She is she is relentless, bro. This Gretchen is relentless.
Like I said, I've had Canon longer than I've had my husband, and I've been around him for a long freaking time.
Yo, Rich said Yamaha makes motorcycles and saxophones and some of the best pianos in the world, dude. They make an amazing
God.
piano
Yamaha
for real.
motorcycles takes me back.
Oh, by the time you come back, Flo, we gonna be gone. See, I ain't trying to be friends with you. See, Gretchen discarded the camera. See, you mess with her, she get mad.
I think it's a Zoom problem worldwide.
No, she did Irish goodbye, but she's German, so I don't understand.
No, it wasn't Gretchen. I mean, I blacked her out, due to her comment.
No. See?
Hey, Doc,
Gretchen,
I'm
you
gonna
have to turn your
mention
camera back on.
one brand that I think only you and I will know, and if you remember. But since we talk about all these old, remember Nakamichi?
Oh, yes, sir.
Come on now.
Dude, me and
Tell these youngsters about Nakamichi, y'all.
Dude, I was a knock dealer. We had it at Video Life. Like, yo, I love Nakamichi, bro.
Everybody around here wanted Alpine. No,
Nah, dude, I was all about Nakamichi. And you remember the other one that went with them was Sansui. We used to get the Sansui amplifiers, and then you wanted the Nakamichi EQ, and then the deck was HK.
I don't know why I just thought about that, but yeah.
Hey, me and Forgins was on the stream one day, and we was talking, and Forgins talked about the pull-out deck from Alpine. And I was like, I completely forgot about that. Yo, we used to have to take the whole car stereo with you. Because if not, it'd be on Delancey Street on the swap meet somewhere for sale the next day. You see your entire deck for sale on Delancey Street. Yo,
Did you get
Flo.
much Bang & Olufsen stuff in States?
What's that?
Did you ever get much car Bang & Olufsen?
Oh, yes. B&O, I love Bang & Olufsen, but that was more for the people that had the German whips. Like not a lot of the American guys, you couldn't buy it like as an external part until later on. But in San Francisco, I think it's Union Street, off of Taylor, and where's the one with the Powell, right where Union Street
over
meets with
Powell Street Plaza. Yeah.
Yeah, there's that big thing in the park like a little bean or
You
something.
know,
There's the Bang and Olufsen store, and I used to always go there. It was so cool. Because the cool thing about B&O, Paul, was when you would walk in the store and you would go up to the CD player or you go up to any of the amps and the glass would go automatically. And we would just like, like, yo, I was crackhead. I was a crackhead. But I got one for you too. Now that he mentioned Bang and Olufsen. I remember the first time when I was in my little school and one of the rich kids, like, yo, you want to hear a really cool stereo? And I was like, dude, what in the heck is a Blickadink? And he was like, it's blah punk.
Blah punk.
I was like,
Oh,
blah,
whoops.
it looked like Blinkadink. I was like, what's a Blinkadink? And he's like, dummy, it's a blah punk. I'm like, blah
Blah
what?
punk.
And I was like, yo, turn that punk up. And yo, the way the Dead Kennedys would come out of that joint, and we be driving through Wheaton on the way to go see the private school from up the street. The girls' school was up the road. You know, Wheaton, the blah punk kicking. And I
Had
was
to have
like,
extra
oh my
coins to get
God.
the blah punk though.
Yeah, well, I went to private school. Some of my friends was rich. They live in the congressional area. So, yo, that's crazy. Flo, how are you doing? Speaking of Wheaton, somebody who know what that is. What is a
I
Flo
know
Ranch?
exactly where it is.
Right? Yo, I used to go to Wheaton Mall all
I
the
was
time
like,
at the
you
head
were going to
company.
Georgia. You were going through Wheaton to make it to Georgetown day prep.
100%. Now you know. Hey, now you know.
I was
I,
like, I know where he was going.
I told you, I got kicked out of Our Lady of Good Counsel for
No, you
being for
didn't.
being a heathen. Yes, I did. I was bad. Yo, that's so Flo knows exactly where I went to school. Okay, so question
Yep,
for you:
sure do.
what is your app of the year? You're a very busy and organized professional. What it is?
It's Alfana.
Oh, Nunu. What that is?
It takes what you can do and in everything, Claude, Chat, you name your LLM, even Notebook LM. And the founders basically write your scripts, and then you can build your own workflows by putting combinations of prompts together. You can even modify them so that when you want to repurpose something, whether you want to make graphics or storyboard or LinkedIn article or social or whatever, you run your workflow and it just goes through your video or your audio and does it. And because, like all of them, you can write your instructions and have your own voice. So it saves me a ton of time for not having to put those together for myself. That's the reason I really love it.
Oh, that sounds super gangster. Dang, that sounds super good. Listen,
And when you have custom ask, they build them for you.
cause like
And
that.
I do have an affiliate link.
Yeah, man,
Just saying.
post that sucker so we can get it up. Okay, I'm gonna speed round something really quickly because I just want to know. Um, hopefully you guys are figured this out already. If you haven't, you definitely should. um, this started for Katie and I about 2.5 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, because it wouldn't be a half because it was January. We started doing like this, the one thing we're going to focus on this year. And I was doing it as a one-word theme. And I originally got this from Sally Sparks' cousin, who's a e-camera. She lives in Australia. And the way I met Sally was she said, hey, my word for the year is eCam, so I'm going to spend a whole lot of time trying to get my eCam act together. And so she had me on the stream in early February. And then I was like, that's a good idea. So I've had a word for the year. Like 2 years ago, Mary Lou's word was audio. And then I said, okay, I'll teach you how to do audio. And then unfortunately, she became my friend and now I'm stuck with her. I should have never volunteered for that job. That was stupid. Now I'm in trouble, right? Don't tell her I said that. If any of you guys snitch, I tell you what, especially Gretchen and AT, if y'all snitch, I'm gonna tell you what. So I think it's a cool idea because, you know, there's a very common statement of what you focus on expands, right? Last year or the year before last, my word was grace. And I went off the deep end a couple of times and Alicia would be like, grace, dog. And I'm like, damn it, Alicia. I was so glad when last December went away, I had to stop being graceful. So I am like, let's go. Let's go. So for everybody, what is going to be your overarching theme for 26? And let's go backwards this time. Since you came late to class, Flo, you first.
Build.
Build.
Every year, I have 3 parts I create, and it's I ebook of it. So I make my focus scripture for the year, my word of the year, and I update my affirmations because I say my affirmations every day. I make it an ebook. So mine is done, and I have that all done in October every year.
Awesome. Paul C., you up next.
Mine's to take the battle to the manufacturers, because I'll never get, as Richie said on one of his last streams about brand deals and everything else, I'll never get a brand deal with any of the washing machine manufacturers. So I'm actually taking the problems that they're creating and elaborating on it into an individual model and brand. So I'll be knuckling down on that.
All right, we're going to call that elaboration. I might have spelled that wrong, but who cares? You know what I mean. All right, AT, what's going to be yours?
Revenue.
Ooh. Yo, little sis came right. She said revenue. I like it. Don't require any explanation. Sis said revenue. I like it. I like it. Very good. Gretchen.
Global Year of
Can I be
Kindness.
edibles, Gretchen?
Global Year of Kindness campaign.
Okay.
It's something that my Bucket Filler Brigade we've started and decided that that's what we're campaigning.
I think that one is off the chain. I think that one is so good. Super good.
And I hope it rubs off on Gretchen, on the guy in the middle.
Read between the lines. Shorthand. Cursive. Paul Duncan.
Gold class in 15 minutes?
Doesn't matter.
Oh, piano.
I knew you was going to say that. Why did I know you was going to say that? I knew you was going to say that. Oh my God. I can't even, I spelled it wrong. I don't know why I knew he was going to say that, but I knew that. That's super funny. Okay. Jimmy Hicks. What? You just went Zoom. Say that again.
But I'm all about workflow efficiency.
Oh, there we go. I like that. What do you mean? Y'all making me do words I can't spell.
Big word.
I think I got it right. If not, Rich will tell me. Rich always tells me, dude, that's not how you spell that. Oh, that's super funny. You know, I told in my video I made a couple of days ago, I said that I hadn't figured out what my theme is going to be this year. Thinks I'm too old for too much. Busy being kindness. That's funny. Yeah, so the reason why I was asking you guys this question, because I really hadn't figured mine out this year. And I have a couple that I kind of want to work on. But I think for me, my word of the year is going to be maintenance. Because I did a lot of work, 56 pounds lighter than I used to be. I did a lot of work trying to race to 20K. I did a lot of work trying to make that video every day. And the funny thing is, I got full permission from every person in this group. They was like, you're done. And I was like, all right, then I could take a break. Ask me how many days I skipped since Halloween. Not a goddamn one. Not nay one. Because to me, this is important. And I could stop at any given time and take a day or two off and then come back and nobody would care. But you gotta eat your own dog food. You got to put your money where your mouth at. And you can't call yourself a creator if the last time you posted was 2 weeks ago. There should be, like law school or doctor or whatever, where you have to take a test. But, without a test, right? The one I put in a video yesterday, near and dear to my heart. I have my dad, and then I have my sperm donor. The Korean dude you see in the picture, obviously, we're not from the same DNA, but that's my pops. That's the dude that raised me. But my sperm donor, F that dude. There's a difference between saying that you're a daddy and being a daddy. There's a difference in saying you're a creator and being a creator. If the last thing you posted was a month ago, your title got erased, dog. When you put a video up today, you're a creator. If any more than 7, I'm going to make a new rule. If any more than 7 days go between your posting, you lose your title. And the only way to maintain that title is you got to have at least one post a week. I'm going to make that official rule. And I'll fight anybody that want to fight me on it. I'm an ex-soldier. You probably don't want to do that. If you ain't posted in a week, you are not a creator. You don't get to call yourself that. You know what I mean? I think it should be like that. You should have to be doing what you say. It's not like a Grammy winner, Keith, where you get it and you forever a Grammy winner. You got to be actively doing what you say. I watched your video on file organization. I am setting my organization up the same way you are, though in a more simple, straightforward way. Love the video. 100%. File organization is super important. And I think that's another reason, actually reading your comment is another reason why I think I need to go in the whole maintenance mode idea, is because a lot of the stuff that we're doing, including what Jimmy is talking about, the workflow and efficiency, it comes from because you learn one of these little tricks and you'll do it for like a couple days and then you'll forget about it and then you're not out here. It's like journaling. If you skip journaling for more than a week, you forget you supposed to journal. You know what I mean? So, Flo is saying in the chat, you got to build these habits. You got to build these habits. Ooh, this is a good one. Pause. At our age,
Petra Queen is part of our bucket filler brigade.
Oh,
She's one of my she's a bucket filler.
She's an art person. I am familiar. I've seen her stuff. I like this though. I like the idea of pause. That's another good one because we be fast moving sometimes and move in the wrong direction. Rich say, I feel seen. Don't feel seen, Rich. You out here. I think we should make that a thing, dude. Legit. I don't know how we do it, but I think we should make that a thing. You gotta renew your creator card with every upload, and your creator card expires every 7 days. Now, there's the people that got a body of work, kind of like, okay, you're an ex-football player, you don't play no more, but you've been in 400 or 500 games. I think that's acceptable. But for the new people, like until you 300-400 contents deep, your card expires every 7 days. If you got 300-400 pieces of content, we'll give you a 14-day window because you can go on vacation. But even those of us who are like that, we don't even go on vacation and don't post. We post something. I'm not saying you have to do a long form video. I'm saying you got to post something that's meaningful, whether meaningful to you or meaningful to somebody else. Of course, I'll give you bonus points if it's meaningful to somebody else because that's how I am. That's just what we like, I'm not going to be happy that Kathy posted another vegan tofu broccoli recipe, but I'll still support her because she's my friend. I ain't going to eat that mess. I love tofu though, but the broccoli part, that's nasty. And it's funny because I'm yesterday on Yolanda's stream, she's talking about the Ravens and the Steelers game coming up. And I'm just like, you guys remember how we had to fight Yolanda to post? Now we can't get this damn girl off the internet talking about her crappy team. We unleashed the demon. She used to do her little acting joints in class. she would tell you, like, here's all you gotta do is open up your video and be like this. Okay, look, and then she would act out your whole thing for you. And now she is out here just like creating like every day, bro. She is out here, and it's like sometimes what her and Henny say is better than what they say on ESPN. You know, it's funny. Like they were being real honest at the way that both the Steelers and the Ravens are playing. Like the game might be 9-6, and plus it may snow, so you know it's just gonna be one of those. You know, Steelers and the Ravens tend to cancel each other out because they're built kind of the same. But it was just interesting the thoughts and stuff that they have. And you know, I never really heard anybody on ESPN mention the fact that when the Ravens was built, they modeled it after at that time the Steelers, because at that time the Steelers was top dog. So they built a team that could handle cold weather and, you know, banging, hitting, running team, like the whole 9 yards. And so that those two tend to cancel each other out no matter who's having a good season or a bad season or whatever. And now that they're both having a bad season, it's going to be a comical game. And just like Yolanda is putting out these things, right? We know she's brilliant. She's an attorney. It's not that. It's that this was a person who was afraid to create a little bit ago. And she's holding her own. They got like 60, 70, 80 people in the stream. She talk as much spicy as ever in the most saintly Christian way. How do you talk spicy and then don't use bad words? I need to study that. But it was like, it was really incredible, you know, and I can't stand the Steelers. Ravens I'll take because, you know, it's my hood, but like I can't stand the Steelers. But I'm watching the whole thing and I'm just applauding her. She got guests. She's operating the whole thing. She's doing a vertical stream, you know, with it too. I'm like, this is somebody who sat in this class like a year ago, a little bit chicken. And now she's out there running a whole entire show talking about po chickens. And only people from the East will get that joke, but she's handling her business. And I'm just saying anybody can get there. Oh, Gretchen's a teacher. She read the book. She got that joke too. Not poor chickens, po chickens. EAP chickens. I'm just saying, like everybody has this opportunity. So I'm going to put in the chat again real quick. I want you guys to go and check out this video about Grandma Puzzles. It's really good. It is really good. And if this doesn't inspirate you, I don't know what's wrong with you. I really can't help you. Like, go class. I'm going to go grab a coffee and come back down real quick. You guys can start. If you want, you can watch this together. If you're going to go run and pee or do whatever, you can do that too. Gretchen probably got to go. She had her water bottle. I can tell by the shoulders.
I need coffee.
You and me both. I'm going to go snatch a coffee real quick. I don't know what Karen is doing out here, but she's right outside the door doing something, and I just hear the little feet moving around. It's cracking me up because I just hear sounds like a little mouse in the next room. Let's see what Rich had to say real quick because that's my dude. 104. Years ago, I was vocal about making content. I didn't see the point. Why would I waste my time making something that would disappear in a few days? Okay, let's keep going. I thought it was a stupid waste of time, and I let everybody know I was wrong. It wasn't about the content at all. It was about the audience. Oh, my man is bringing the fire. What I didn't understand was the content you create isn't the compounding asset the audience is. Oh. So even though the content may disappear in time, your audience keeps growing. He said that's from Hormozi's book.
Very good.
That's very good. That's very good. I tell you what was really, really cool is, and I like this, Jimmy. What's really, really cool about this is, and I'm actually glad that Rich shared that. I'm a person who, if you ask me in the streets, I would tell you there's definitely two people that I kind of go out of my way not to listen to what they say. Not because I don't like what they say. I have my own personal judgments as to what they do and what they don't do. But I could tell you what, even pious folks can learn from the heathens every once in a while. I'm not asking you to swim with them. I'm not asking you to fellowship with them. I'm not asking you to commiserate with them, or us, I should say. I'm not asking you to evangelize them, break bread with them, or nothing. But sometimes, even the person who you would consider your polar opposite has things to say that you can learn from. And not learning from them is just as bad. And I think that's something that we tend to do is I made a video about this. We take these labels so seriously that we don't make it okay to hear something from somebody else who might be on what you would consider the opposite side. But even somebody you consider on the opposite side, they do protein, fat, carbohydrates, sugars, everything, convert them into energy and live the same way you do. They breathe the same oxygen you do. They put their pants on the whole 9 yards. I think in many ways that the Hermosian way is sometimes bad for overall content creation, but that doesn't mean everything that he says is bad. You know? And again, it's not even about Alex per se. It's the people who take half of his message and run with it. And I feel like a whole bunch of the dudes in the manosphere kind of latched on to the things that he says, and then used some of that efficiency to blow up the manosphere bigger than it needs to be. I feel like Andrew Tate is a student of Hermosian ways, and unfortunately it worked for him because now there's a bunch of idiots that believe that stuff. And again, it's not his fault. He just told the message. It wasn't Gary's fault that people took hustler culture and got themselves sick. He wasn't telling you to do that. You took his message and you spun it the wrong way. Just like there's no way in the Bible that told certain folks to make folks like us be on the end of a rope. It's not in the book, dog. You took the wrong and you read it the wrong way and you made it work for the way you wanted it selfishly and you did it. So I'm not mad at Alex in that sense. Not mad at Peter McKinnon for making all the people going, what's up? But every time I saw one of them, I used to be like, bro, stop cloning. So I don't consider myself a Hermosian student, but I would definitely take a nugget like that and make it work. And if there was a Christian who told me that they couldn't learn a lesson from a person who practices Saturnalia, I'm like, then you're bad. You're not listening. You're just talking. Like, you should be open to listen to whatever. You digest it the way you digest it. Now, Jimmy could drink a cup of milk and be fine because he can digest it the way he digests it. If your man drink a cup of milk, I'm going to miss class. Where Doc at? Oh, he watching reels in the bathroom. Because I can't digest it the way Jimmy can. So you can take everything and digest it the way you can digest it. Now, if I know ahead of time that I have to drink this cup of milk, I'll get a little Lactobacillus acidophilus in the system, then I can drink the milk. So even if you don't like Alex, like, oh, I don't like him, I ain't listening to him, that's stupid. Because Rich just told you something dope that dude said. And I want y'all to hear that when you be looking at stuff on the internet and somebody says a piece and it's good, and you're like, but I don't like that person. We didn't ask you to like that person. We asked you to take that nugget, make it work for you the best way you can, make it work for other people the best way you can, and run till that. Yo, Grant Cardone is another one. Can't stand him. But I saw him go on stage and defend his daughter the other day.
Yeah.
His daughter was
saw that too.
speaking. And listen, I do not like Grant Cardone. If I seen him, I would box him. I really don't like him. But his daughter was trying to do a speech, and some dude was saying naughty things to Niece. And he let it slide for a couple minutes, and he got up on stage, and he was like, listen, she's 15. And if you don't respect my daughter, I will kill you. I was like, okay, G, I would help you on that. And then after we knock that person out, then I'll beat your ass. Yeah, for sure. For sure. All right. I was checking out Claude and I asked about the difference. Chad knows you. Of course, I'm a beginner and I will stick to chat. Chad said you're high tech, great helper. Listen, pick either or. It doesn't matter. I use both religiously, back and forth. The one that you talk to the most, no matter which one you pick the phone on your app, I have the talk button right there, prominent on my screen. Because the more you talk to it, even if you're not trying to get anything accomplished, the more you have it interview you about your subjects. Ask it to interview about your art and your art aesthetics and the type of things you're into. Ask it to interview you about your favorite artists. Ask it to interview you about, your history with art so that it has a basis of what you're about. So when it goes to make something for you, it's not whole cloth guessing. It is delivering a part of you. So if you can remember that, then you'll be okay. Gretchen, did you paint your face or scratch yourself? The other side. Okay, there you go. I was like, is she hurt? I was like, is she hurt?
Probably, yeah. I've got paint all around me and
Okay.
stuff. I probably
I was like, she was doing
common.
the Heath Ledger Batman too. I was like, oh man, is she good? I'm like, uh-oh. Gretchen about to take somebody out. All
Yeah.
right, fam. I'm going to go get a coffee real quick. I got to go to gold class before Paul start yelling at me because he is that way. Jimmy, thank you for coming through. Like, if I don't see all of y'all before the holiday season, everybody have yourself a merry little Christmas. And I will tell you right now, everybody in the chat too, do not wait until the last Friday of the month to talk about, actually it's Sunday. Don't wait till the last Sunday of the month to talk about, oh, I'm going to get my stuff together for January. Right? I think January 1st is on a Friday. Let me double check. Don't wait. Like, you need to start now. Like, now. Today is the day. January 1st is on a Thursday. I was almost right. Don't wait. Like, fam, today is what? I don't even know what today is. Today is 6. You got 23 days, 24 days to get your speed up. So speed up. And pick a word. Whether it's pause, that is a damn good one. Whether it's maintenance or building or elaboration or, organization or like everything. Revenue. Come on, that's a good one. Like regardless of what your word is, pick one. Tell it to people so you can't hide. Tell it to somebody who will put a foot in your Rumpelstiltskins if you start slipping. And if you don't know who that somebody is, that's us. So I'll put a post on the community page and I'll be like, what's your word for the year? And then y'all can just leave them over there so we can check. And Kevin, I'm going to expect you to DM me and tell me what yours is because I know you building, golf boy. Let's go. Let's go. All right, ready. I appreciate you guys. I love you, family. Let me go before my old ass got to pee.
You're mine. How I love the city of mine. It never gets me down. City of mine. How I love.